Volunteer Network is one of the organizations that I've seen that is truly about serving the community. And I've seen firsthand that the work that Volunteer Network does really does have an impact, and the money that's being donated to this organization truly is going to doing the work.
Each of our speedways has a Speedway Children's Charities chapter, which is really about giving back to the community of family and children's in need. And we definitely see Volunteer Network as the ability to help that as we run into volunteer needs throughout our events when we're fundraising, and put it to the community is very nice to have.
Seeing people get together with such passion about housing and homelessness, it helps us know, oh, we can call this person, or we can call this person. And it gives us some peace of mind to know that there are people we can call on. It's not just us carrying that weight. There's people out there that can help us with it.
Both the Housing and Homeless Roundtable and VOAD both had an emergency shelter committee or task force, however you want to call it. It just seemed like the right idea to merge them together, because we don't really need two people doing the same, or two groups doing the same exact thing, when we can all come together and maybe come up with a bigger, better plan.
We were actually able to help a lady that lives in the city of Mount Juliet, wheelchair bound, double amputee. Really, it was kind of very unfortunate situation. She had to move in with her sister because of the layout of the house. She was pretty much confined to the basement area of the home. She was literally having to take a shower in a little swimming pool, a little child swimming pool that you would put in your backyard and just fill up with a little bit of water and a garden hose. And I know with efforts of the community and several church groups and another donor that came forward to get the supplies, we were able to get our personnel to volunteer and build a wheelchair ramp from her where she could get into the top level of the home. Because and literally when we got the ramp built and she went up there the first time, it was the first time she had seen the upstairs of the house, which was really emotional, and it was a really great experience for our personnel to be able to see the effect of having something like that impacts our community.
It was a real situation, real people that needed just a little bit of help, and Volunteer Network was able to make it happen.
We do have a gentleman who had to do his time for his crime, as we call it, and they found us on the Volunteer Network to come and do his time, and at the end of his time he said, "Can I come back, or is this just because I had to do my time?" And I was like, "No, man, come back, buddy. You have been an awesome help." And he was like, "I have never felt so loved with an organization in my life. Like, this is true family." And he found that through the Volunteer Network.
I have a picture of someone who worked with me at the central office, and she's hugging this woman that she had never met. And the woman just needed a hug, and just seeing that love just come out of that hug, it was almost like the woman was leaning into her. You could just see that genuine care and love for people who didn't even know each other.
Volunteers are hugely helpful at Stoner Creek because, one, we have such a large population. We grew so quickly that having extra sets of hands has been amazing. The biggest part about that is the connections that they make, because sometimes kids just want a friendly face and a smile to be able to tell them, "Hey, guess what I did today?" And so those volunteers are doing more than just giving their time to help open ketchup packets. They're also building relationships and connections within the building, which at Stoner Creek is a huge part of who we are and what we love.
I always say, find what pulls your heartstring. What is it that you really, really, really want to put your money towards, your time towards? What is it? How do you want to make a difference within your community? And that's where you put your money and your time at.
I hope that you find it in your heart tonight to donate to Volunteer Network. It's a really great organization.
Any dollar that's donated tonight or in the future will go right back into any resources and disaster relief that Volunteer Network can support.
When you give to the Volunteer Network, you make change possible.
You make loving and serving your neighbor possible.
You make hope possible.
You make things that look impossible possible.
When you give to the Volunteer Network, you make community possible.